RPM. RPM train Vietnam in this bitch. What's the word? What's going on? Let's let me say first and foremost, shout out to everybody that rock with me. It don't really take that much to rock with me. What I've always noticed about a lot of different things in life in general is that a lot of the biggest naysayers to very big and important topics very often will mask disagreement with the message. They'll mask their personal feelings about the messenger. They'll mask that with some kind of a disagreement about the message, when in reality, especially speaking in regards to myself and my own shit, it wouldn't matter if somebody likes me or not. I would never care about that because I can't expect for everybody to like me. I can't expect for everybody to actually be man enough, or woman enough to articulate their disagreement with what it is that I'm saying. Not about how you like my delivery or not about who the fuck I'm friends with, who I'm cool with, or who I might support. I would never judge an important message on a very serious topic. I wouldn't judge it by whether or not I like the motherfucking shirt, the way he talks, none of that shit. If I did that, I know for a fucking fact I would miss out on some understanding, some piece of information, a friendship, maybe even love. I will miss out on all of that stuff if I judge things on a superficial level. I've never had a hater address me on what it is that I'm saying, what it is that I'm trying to do, and how successful I am in doing that. I never had them actually address that part. The worst of them will say that I'm some kind of fed or snitch or something, which is crazy to me. Because what that tends to illustrate to me is that if you think that it must be something super strange by me getting away, quote unquote, getting away with what it is that I do when I do the open carries, if you think that's strange, you'd have to be an idiot not to realize that this is legal in Iowa. Other states is not legal to do this. Growing up in Illinois, I was born and raised in Illinois. Growing up there, I thought that it was strange that Texas or other places that I might have heard of, Texas particularly, that people can walk around openly with a gun on them and have it be legal. When I first heard of this, it was a friend of mine. I never forget the day he told me this shit. He was gone for a while, and then he came back home, and we was like, damn, Deja, where were you? And he was like, I was in Texas visiting my dad. He's telling us about how cool Texas was and shit. And he was saying he was seeing people walk around with guns openly out on their hips. And I was like, nah, that's untrue, bro. He's like, no, I swear to you, this is legal there. And I was young, man. I might have been like 13. And trying to wrap my mind around it was so tough. I was a young kid though, so like not having anything else to go on, being politically unaware of the world, I just thought that it was so strange that I had a hard time wrapping my mind around it. And by the end of it, I just assumed that Deja was fucking lying, and it was just the conclusion that I came to. That he was lying, that there was no way that him saying this was actually true. That he must be mistaken on what it is that he thought he saw. There's no way he saw some guy just openly carrying no fucking gun in Texas. I'm 13 though, right? And once I realized that it was legal and true with what Deja was saying, I was much older. I might have been 18, 19 years old. This was right around the time that I came to Iowa, and I realized that you can get a permit to carry over here in Iowa. I thought that was weird, and that the carry could be openly or concealed, and I thought that was just strange to me. I was like, I'll be damned, look at this. Didn't have to go all the way to Texas. I crossed the river over here to Iowa, and then I find this to be true, and I thought that was fucking fascinating as fuck. But what I realized in the midst of all of that, later on in life, just maturing to the idea, especially after I bought my first gun, and I'm gonna tell that story of what made me buy the first gun I bought. I've told the story before, but I'm gonna tell it in better detail later on. But what fascinated me about myself is that I recognized that my political environment totally shaped how I felt about guns being openly carried out in public, and that it was a combination of it being illegal where I lived, and it also in turn being taboo where I lived to ever even see it at all. That was the only reason why I harbored this fear or uncomfortable recognition of the fact that it was legal somewhere. I just thought it was kind of strange. When I first got my gun, the very first gun I got, I bought the permit. I had to pay for that. That was crazy because you ask twice when you do that. You do the background check for the permit, but the same background check that you do for the permit is the same background check that they do over the counter when you try to buy the gun. When states go constitutional, the only thing they're really saying is we're not going to make you ask twice. You don't need a permit from the state in order to carry that gun. If you pass that background check at the counter to buy it, you can also carry it. That's what they do in Iowa. That's what they call constitutional carry. That's the way it's supposed to go. It's that simple. It's not a magic trick. It's not a Fed trick. You don't got to be a Fed or tapped in with the fucking cops to do this. I've been saying fuck the police in very heavy ways. I say fuck the police so much so that sometimes when I really go off on my tangent, I wonder if I should have said that like that. I almost second guess sometimes how hard I be going, but what I do know that I am doing, which is intended by the work that I do, is to be as armed as I can possibly get and still be comfortable out in public. That includes the sidearm, the rifle, or AR, AK pistol, whichever you prefer. The bulletproof vest. I even have a bulletproof mask that I don't really rock too often because it is hot and it's uncomfortable with all this fucking hair. But I have it just as a show of arms, as an exaggeration that's still within the law. That's the whole point of doing this, is doing this, shocking the fuck out of the public, and then go, this legal. Look how crazy this looks to you, foreign to the idea, but it's legal though. Ain't that weird? You should fucking study up, because very often when I catch people off guard, even if they support me, if they find themselves shocked by my presence, I instantly think, how the fuck are you an adult shocked by my presence when it has to go through all the legal hurdles and red tape to even become like this? Because I was just one constitutional carry like 3 years ago. Until then, you absolutely had to have the permit. That's the asking twice, but why would you do that? See what I'm saying? When people are shocked by me, whether they support me or not, I'm always disappointed in the shock, because it's like, how are you living here as a grown-ass person and you didn't already make yourself politically aware enough to assess the situation where it is that you live about this gun shit that you cry about so much when you hear the tragedy in the fucking news and stuff? We all have these, well, not all of us. Some people don't give a fuck if innocent kids are being fired at and gunned down and shit. We're going to talk about that later on tonight. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing a little interview type discussion with a dude that I find to be very cool, because me and him don't agree on everything. I think personally it's kind of easy to be drawn to the things that me and him disagree about, but the things that we do agree about is so solid that I try to apply this acceptance to everybody, but I'll definitely apply it to this dude who I'm talking about. It is okay that we don't agree on everything, bro. We don't have to, man. I don't agree with my own mother all the time. She gave me life. I don't get to like or agree with everything she fucking says. So why would I expect that from you? You see how that works? Super simple. Super simple. So because of that, for sure, you know who you are, YouTube, but you know who I'm talking to. I appreciate you, bro, because the things that we disagree about, one or two of these topics is kind of heavy to me, and I respect you and care for you as a human being nonetheless. I say it all the time. I see my kids and everybody. The way I feel about them is the way somebody feels about you. That's going to be protection number one in any interaction between me and you. That I'm going to be thinking that first, and it's going to keep me from hurting you for a dumb reason. I couldn't hurt you for a stupid reason. That's for damn sure. Because all of these sentiments I carry around with me. You know what I'm saying? That also comes out there with me with the bulletproof vest and the AR and all of that. That's protection against haters for what I'm doing, and people who might be confused, and any law enforcement who can't get it right about what it is that their job entails. I bring all of that protection, man, because I know that I'm already come out here for the love, man. I'm not worried about me, so that in turn makes me not worried about y'all. Who the fuck is going to pick a fight or antagonize and point any kind of blame at the huggable guy? 5.5 years doing this has already solidified what it is that I'm trying to do. I've proven to be successful at it. Whoever shows up from this moment on, and I've already proven, I'm victory dancing right now. It's already been proven. Whoever shows up especially while I'm actually live streaming doing an open carry demonstration. Whoever shows up to cause a conflict is going to be obviously in the wrong. Because look how it goes when I'm chilling and everybody else chilling. Nothing but hugs and smiles and good conversation. That is what happened. That's undebatable. A hater cannot deny that. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. You don't gotta like me. When I say shit like there's always hugs and smiles and good conversation until somebody disrupts that with their own attitude, when I wasn't even trying to project that onto the situation in the first place. My intent is to prove that I'm huggable while I'm armed like this and talking like this, so that people say, hey, talking like that and being armed like that does not mean danger. I'm proving it. That is another fucking fact that a hater can't deny, even if you don't like me. It's way too late. Is it true what I just said? That I have been proven for 5.5 years that talking like this and looking the way I do when I'm armed the fuck up, that does not equal danger to the people. That does not equal bad guy. It doesn't. It's way too late, undeniable. 5.5 years and going. This is where the cockiness comes from, because I am victory dancing. I've already proven it is way too late. If somebody shows up like the drunk guy on the video that's on my YouTube right now, drunk guy showed up talking all fucking crazy and shit. The cops showed up and told him that he had to leave because we weren't doing anything. The cops had already drove past me, looking me in my face, trying to be like, oh yeah, that's Trey. I've done this so often that they know who I am when they see me. That was part of the plan. I couldn't just do this one time, even with the sign and all of this other shit, and go, there, I'm proving my point. The point was to do this so repeatedly, just over and over again, that people that fear me when they first saw me will see me after the 10th time and say, dude, here you go again. And all I ever see you doing is hugging strangers, bro. They're not the same. If there was fear before, it's not the same level or intensity of fear at the 10th time. At the 10th time, you might actually get out and say, man, I've been seeing you out here for years. People get out the car and say that. I've been seeing you out here for a while, man. Finally got a chance to stop. I think some of those people are thinking, I didn't trust you, and it took me 2-3 years of seeing you out here doing this for me to think, man, I dig what you're doing. To assume that there is no fight against gun rights would be immature and disingenuous of anybody in this country. Even if you favor gun control, you have to know that there's a march on it. Everybody on both sides have to admit that this is a topic of discussion in politics, and it appears that what people might be trying to get is more gun control and more gun laws than what we have on the books today. That's obvious. Everybody on both sides says that we can all agree that that is what is happening. That's the motion, is to potentially get more gun control. Right? Okay, so we know that. Fact, that there's an opinion. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Since we know that, now we can ask ourselves, what is it that I'm doing in regards to that while I'm doing these open carry demonstrations? I'm definitely calling everybody out on both sides, because I'm out here to be visible by both sides of the discussion. Especially with the repetition and the sign and the video fucking logging of all of this fucking happening. That's definitely proof, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the public for the most part understands me, and the public 100% of the time that I've been out here have been in no danger by me at all whatsoever. That's fact. It's not debatable. It doesn't take an opinion. It's still true even if you don't like me. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This is where a man can really observe the world and then ask himself with some honesty where he stands on these things, when you just look at the undeniable objective truth that you can look right at, that does not give a fuck what political side you stand on, where you come from, what you're thinking, where you're going. None of that matters. What it is that I'm saying is fact, and you can point to it, and there is no room for opinion. These are all facts. Who can stop me and say, it ain't been 5.5 years? You would have to be able to stop me like that, to say that I've never actually done what I've said, to then move forward to say, so I have no positive effect on the fucking gunfight that we all admit is happening on either side. You know, there's talk of legislation for more gun control. These are the fundamental things that aren't opinion at all. They're all rooted in fact, and then they all equal some when you tally it all together. I am doing something positive for it. People that don't know this is legal, now they know, period. That's one shallow fucking surface level of awareness that makes it positive. Even if I make it so aware to a hater that they go try to vote for more gun control, even for them, I just made them ask themselves how they feel about it. And if that pissed you off and make you want to go rally to fucking change laws, then thank me for fucking showing you what the truth is, because you've been standing still. If you hate the guns, go get them. Go get them. Let's talk about it. Everybody on both sides. Everybody speak up. Fuck that. Do I sound like I'm full of shit? Do I sound like what a government agency will pay somebody to come out here and do? To say, fuck them, don't let them take the fucking guns for you. Cops are not fucking all racist. No, the fuck they are not. Racism will go to these lanes to protect themselves behind their fucking badge so they can be racist and have a less chance of being stopped while doing that shit. Yes, that'll happen. Are all cops inherently racist, period? No. No, they're not. And I don't even fucking like the police, but I have to say that. You know why I got to say that? 5.5 years they haven't treated me like a nigga out here. I don't know what else to say but the truth. I wanted to come out here and hate the fucking cops, but I was also willing to bet my fucking life that I didn't have to die to exercise no fucking right that they supposed to protect, even if I'm black. Watch me. The fuck? Tell me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me that I'm stupid. You can't. From where? How? Call the names, point the finger, talk the shit, never say nothing. You don't never, no one fucking no hater ever breaks it down to say, Trey said this, and I quote, Trey said, blah, 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 right here. See the clip? Here's the fucking clip. Now watch me say to y'all in fucking clarity, as articulate as I can possibly get it, how Trey is fucking wrong and dangerous. Now watch me break it down. He said this, and I'm gonna say this in response to that stupid shit. No hater does that. It's always, boo, fed, kiss my dick, pussy, fuck out of here. Niggas is crazy. Motherfuckers is crazy. Wild, bro. Strange to me. Strange, bro. That I come out here thinking that when I say this shit, I mean everybody when I say woo bang, bro. The gun's for everybody. Right? What I want is for you to make yourself hard to bully. What's wrong with me saying that? I never fucking carry these guns thinking I'm better than somebody else. I'm carrying the guns like this to show people so I can say, hey man, you too, bro. I ain't no better than nobody else. You got kids? What you gonna protect your kids with? Your hands? What if the assailant has a gun? Boom, you lost. You know you lost, right? You don't want to match them to say, well, if he gonna get me, he gonna have to work for it. He got to risk his life for it. Make a bully risk his life to bully you. I don't know what's wrong with saying that. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why I'm a bad guy for saying it, or how anybody can discount what the power in what I just said because they don't like me. You can't even discount what it is that I'm saying because you don't like me. You'd have to say, this nigga that I don't like is saying some shit that sounds kind of cool. But I don't like him though. Don't like me, what for? Don't even got a story. You have no story. There is no nothing. There's a lot of aggression. And that's strange to me because I came out here to stick up for you too. Because whatever the government is planning on doing, and I bet you we can find some foundation to come to an understanding that we probably agree on some stuff. Me and all my haters. There's me and every other American can find some foundation of something to agree with. You don't need gematria to figure it out. What does the average American think about the elections last time? Do we think that maybe there's some foreign interaction? They kind of fuck with us, some foreign interference? Maybe even the election was like rigged, and they had the ballot fucking issue that I don't give a fuck who you are, Democrat, Republican, anarchist, Marxist, none of it matters. We all saw the fucking stories. Doesn't it look like there was some confusion about the legitimacy of the last election? That's just true that there was some conflict that everybody was talking about. Boom. I think that's bullshit. Government is so fragile that they either can't control their shit or they're manipulating it, making us think that these are organic happenings. It wouldn't matter what the options were. The fact of the matter is, one of those things aren't true. They're either evil or incompetent, and we all saw that, and we can all agree that we probably don't like that would ever happen in that way, and it seems nefarious maybe, and we just don't like that it happened that way, and we're just unhappy with that. That's every American. Even if they think that it wasn't rigged or tampered with, hypothetically, they would say that if it was, we wouldn't like it either. What American would say that they would support the idea of tampering with an election to fuck with the outcome? No American will say that that would be fair, because we know that if we said it was fair, as soon as that fair game, fair play, works against your ideals, you will say that was unfair. We all know that this is just simple logical thinking, and there's a fundamental coherent togetherness that we can find in our discontent with government, that I can't see nobody as a fucking enemy until they reveal themselves to be one, because I think we all in this together. When they say fuck y'all, they mean all of us, man. The fuck? What's with the division all the fucking time about everything? Division about everything. Weird, bro. Weird, man. Especially if you can say, yeah, fuck the government, Trey, you right. I can find a few reasons to say, man, fuck them, I don't trust that shit. Even if you've then moved forward to say that you're going to vote, that you have some support for government, you have some faith in it. Even the people that got faith in it that will vote in all of their fucking hopes and dreams in November, if we make it that far, even those people are thinking, oh, damn, with this political shit, please stop. Can we get some chill so that we can get to a level of freedom and peace? That I'm imagining when I vote that it might help us get. Can we get to it? I'm voting hoping that it gets someplace. I can see the image in my mind. Can we get there, please? Even the voters will be wishing for things to be better because we know that we're not happy with what's going on. There's a togetherness in all of this with all of us. And I see doom and gloom at the end of it. That's why I just get to the finish line before them. I'm at the finish line waiting for them already. And I'm telling people, get a gun, stop trusting them so much, hold a grudge against them when you see them doing wild shit. That's okay. They cannot fuck with the shit that they trying to fuck with unless they fuck with all of us. So we all need to say to ourselves and each other that it's going to take some very serious conflict between us for us to remain divided, and we probably should just stop playing into the divides all the time. All the religious shit, stop that shit. No one cares. I don't care anymore about the religious or spiritual differences between us. If the government intends on fucking with you in their grand plans to gain more control over this country, then I want you to help me keep them from doing that. And your religious affiliations are not going to make me exclude you from those plans, because the more I do that, I will be standing here by myself. If I divide myself from other people by all these little petty things, I'll be standing by myself, and that is what it is that they want. See what I'm saying? Now, am I dumb when I say that? If I'm dumb when I say shit like that, say it. Quote me and then say how it's dumb or dangerous, so we can get to some real issues. Real men are clear in their discontent with the intentions to either school whoever they talking to, mend a broken friendship, or find some togetherness for the greater good of the people or something. But when we know that these are the kind of things that we are dealing with, to not come together to reach for something higher means that you are beneath me, because my mind is so highly elevated above the little shit that you got going on that we are in two different leagues. Any man that claims to be a man on any type of level that I claim to be on myself will see what it is that I'm doing and either stand out of my way or ride with me. But to ride against me will be supporting the idea that every time there's a man exercising his natural and constitutional rights out on the streets, there should be a violent confrontation between him and the police, period. Who would want or expect that? Or root for it? A psycho? A psycho. It sounds psychotic when you say it. If you think that I came out here disliking police, expecting that my discontent for police can only be understood if I fire on police officers when they approach me, you're out of your mind. The fucking supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. If I can prove my point with the things that I have in line with my activism, and I can prove my point by dismantling the illusion of law enforcement, and then I can survive that and not have to fucking hurt anybody or be hurt and still prove my point, I should probably win like that than to win in a fucking self-sacrificing fucking cannonball into the fucking pool of bullshit by attacking a police officer who will really show up to say, hey man, you exercise your rights, I'm gonna leave you alone. That's what the cops usually say when they approach me. So why would I attack them when they approach me? My point is to come out here so that y'all can see them treat me like, go ahead, man, do your thing. That's the point, because that's what I expect for them to do. Why would I attack them when they come out here just because I don't like them? Suicide missions ain't gonna never work for a revolution. You can't jump into the fucking self-checkout line to fucking fuck yourself if you think that the intelligence that you bring to the fucking gun rights activism thing will supersede violence on either fucking side or fucking ignorance. I supersede all of that. I'm going to let you know what the fuck the deal is. Huh? Right? And I'm going to do it without violence. And I do this that way for 5.5 years. You know, if somebody show up in the situation get violent, who you think it's going to be? Me choosing to do that to somebody who approached me for a hug or a conversation? It's probably not going to be me to make it violent if it got violent when I was doing the open carry demonstration. It's already proven. There's way too many examples, and it's awesome too. That also serves as just as much protection as my bulletproof vest. Because it makes it very unlikely that anybody will actually show up with the balls to do that. It'll be a suicide mission. The cops in Cedar Rapids wouldn't even believe it if they heard about something that I got involved in, that I was the bad guy in it. If you say, hey man, you know the Hugger AR owner guy, there was a fucking shootout. They're gonna be like, oh, I bet you he wasn't at fault of that. The police will say that. Having nothing to go on but 5.5 years of me doing this, waving at them waving back and all type of shit. Some of them fucking give me a little bit of a hard time. I've been asked for my ID. I had a cop fucking kind of buck up to me because some guy whacked himself self-checkout by cop because he had an AR pistol in Cedar Rapids. This is a couple months ago. Wilding out, I think he hurt somebody and then hurt himself. Or threatened to hurt himself, and then the police had to get him, and he had an AR pistol. The very next day, I got out and did an open carry demonstration to show that there's a difference between me and that guy who had to be taken out by the police. And the cop that approached me to ask for my ID, he was on the edge a little bit. But that's why I came out there, because I want to catch them when they're vulnerable and sensitive, to say, not even when you're sensitive, do you treat me like I'm the fucking bad guy when I'm the huggable guy. I got out there, he asked for my ID, I said no, he didn't ask me my name or nothing. He walked out and I won again. And it's an ingenious thing for me to get out there when they're sensitive. So I can test them and be like, okay, so you're sensitive, but we still okay, right? You know who I am, right? You know you're gonna look crazy if I come out here and then you go in attack mode. Why? Why today? Y'all waved at me all the time for 5.5 years. Whoever come out there flipping out, is gonna be obvious that he's in the wrong, because he should have approached me like the other cop. They waved at me, they asked me for my ID, got a denial, and walked away smiling, saying, never mind, sorry to bother you. This is what happened. So whoever shows up is the bad guy. And under them circumstances, if I thought that I was about to die, why would I care what the guy is wearing if I think I'm about to die? If guns are on me and I'm about to die, I will shoot at anybody, because I have nothing else to lose if my life is already this close. I'm on the line. Here it comes. Being shot at by fill in the blank, because it's not going to matter who it is. If me not firing back guarantees my death, I will shoot at anybody. And that's not me being tough. That's me being logical. Did you hear what I said? If I am moments from being shot to death, I will shoot at whoever's doing that and not care about who they are. Because if the conclusion is me dying, why would I matter about who it was that I had to shoot at in the midst of that? It wouldn't matter. And that's not me being tough. It's logical. If it's not logical at all, tell me under what circumstances would it matter that I not shoot back and that I let them do what is inevitable, is that I am being fired at. This is sensible shit. That some people, like, they brain don't even fucking work well enough to even understand what it is that I'm saying when I say this shit. Like, niggas be dumb. It's wild to me. It's like talking to children. I shouldn't have to explain myself over and over again. The work explains itself. I don't know what the fuck is going on. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a gun today, because the gun is for everybody. The gun is for my haters. The gun is for my kids. They will grow up and they will tote the guns too. The guns is for the felons. The guns is for the gangbangers, because you can't tell them not to. We already wrote all of these laws on paper telling them not to, and they carry them anyway. It kind of looks like they don't care. You got to move on to plan B, and that is catching them when they create a victim and then doing something to them about the victim that they created. That's the best thing to do. That's the supreme law of the fucking land and of the nature, because you don't got to write it down, and there's nothing you can do about changing it. You can't change it. You shoot somebody down, somebody should probably shoot you down, and I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. There's a good fucking chance. Good luck, motherfucker. Good or bad, it don't matter. You know when that's not the case? When they cloak themselves in an illusion that they can shoot somebody down and pretty much rest assured that there will be no firing back at them. Not after the fact, for damn sure. Retaliation killing on a cop, that never happens. Cops get away with killings and they don't got to look over their shoulder after that. They know they good. They cloaked, bruh. And I don't have to like that shit. And me not liking it, especially in the ways that I articulate it, cannot be denied, because it's absolutely true when I point these things out, and I don't got to shoot at them on sight to prove that I meant what it is that I said. I've already won, bro. I can fight them and dismantle what it is that they got going on, and I don't got to hurt them, and I won't give them a reason to hurt me. That's the supreme. Supreme. If it's not, then what is the supreme? Crashing out? Suicide missions? That shit don't change nothing but gun laws that they use against us. Wu Bang, boy, man, get y'all shit together. I'm the fucking one.